Magda Kosińska, córka prokuratora okręgowego Michała Strzeleckiego.
Strzelecki może mieć wielu wrogów. Na dziś podejrzany jest każdy łobuz w tym mieście przed i po odsiadce.
Była w ciąży. Szukamy noworodka.
Jakiś psychol. Bawi się z nami, kurwa mać.
We can be warriors. We can be survivors.
Uważaj na siebie.
Chcę skończyć tę sprawę.
Hi and welcome to the Culture Maniac channel. Today I have very special guest from the HBO MAX original series, The Toll, Odwilż in original title. Kasia Wajda, welcome to my channel.
Hello. So happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
I thank you you accept my inviting, but tell me the first time when you have the script of Toll on your hand, do you expected that huge, big success to be the 61 countries where HBO Max is currently unavailable and people watching that series every single week, excited that story? Do you thinking that then?
No, I wasn't expecting that the series would be in 61 countries. We didn't know that at the time. And we were very surprised that HBO over in the States, actually the producers watched the series, all 6 episodes, and they really, really liked it. And they were so nice about the comments they made. And they sent us emails saying that the show is great, that it's very good work, that it's intense. They like the climate, they like the pictures, the acting. So we were so grateful that the series launched in America, in both Americas and in Europe. And
you are so excited for that. This is amazing.
Yeah. I am. It's just, finally, being 35 years old as I am, I got my first main role.
You are even younger, I think.
Oh, thank you. 18.
And you are a very beautiful woman, so.
Well, thank you. But, I already have experienced a lot of things in life. I have 3 kids. I didn't expect that at 35 years of age, I will finally get this breakthrough and have a main role in a series that actually means a lot to people. And I really enjoyed and lived the character.
To be the main
I guess
character.
it's never too late to be the main character. Life surprises me. So this was a surprise that I actually got the chance to do this.
Yes, in your opinion, this is our Polish success, like the Squid Game on Netflix? Something like that?
I admit I haven't seen the Squid Game
maybe
yet.
Maybe Narcos.
But I've seen Narcos. Yes, I think it is, from what I've been hearing and from what people have been sending me all these messages and really being excited about the series from Spain or from Colombia, from Ecuador, and they're so excited about the series. And I got a message a couple of days ago on Instagram. Somebody said that, the thaw is like a big thing in Spain. They love it. They watch it all the time. So I was like, wow, this is really amazing. I never thought that our Polish series would have such a success.
Yes, you are the face to the Polish launch HBO Max and the Central Eastern Europe too. And this is the main rule the first time. Do you feel responsibility and you are too nervous in when you go to the job every single day, or you be so happy and?
Well, when I received the chance to do the role, when I finally was chosen for Zawieja, I did feel a responsibility. Of course, I felt nervous about it. I felt that, this is the moment where I have to take a character, put it on, and really experience this character, show all of her colors, and go into this world that we've created. And it was exciting, but it was also, like you said, something I was nervous about if I could really do it and carry this character all 6 episodes consequently, and the way that we really wanted to portray her and her problem and all the baggage she's carrying inside, and her mourning and her strong sides and her fragile sides. She has all these contradicting layers to her. She's very delicate, but then she's, a good cop and very decisive and hard-minded. But then she's a woman and she has these needs to be with somebody, but she's really mourning her husband. So she's kind of not so open about it. She doesn't know how to build a relationship of trust with anybody yet. And she's really closed within herself. So when I read the script, I thought, wow, this is, a real interesting woman character that's different from any roles I have gotten in the past. So it's a big chance to do something different, something good.
Yes, Ksawery Żuławski, the director, he want you to this role, or maybe you go to the casting, your agent call for you. How you get this job?
Well, there's different ways to get the job, but usually sometimes you get a call. When you're, Emily Blunt, you just get a phone call, do you want to do this? But when you're me, you have to go through the process of casting. And I did. I was there many, many times. About 4 times that I visited the studio where we were being casted. And Ksawery told me that from the beginning, he really felt that he wanted it to be me, that there was just something about me and my life experiences, and about me also being a mother, and having that experience in life that was also important for this part. And I wasn't famous. I wasn't really known in Poland. So it was kind of like a white sheet of paper you could write all over again. And that was me. So you could really create this role without having my face being, oh, she played in this. Oh, she played in that. Oh, she's Agnes from this and this series. Oh, now she's playing a cop. No, it was something very fresh and very new. So that's what they wanted. And that really pushed me through as a candidate for the role. And that's how it happened. It was very kind of hard work because I played with a lot of actors. We had to check the chemistry between me and Trepa, between me and Radvan. So it was a long process. But in the end, when they actually called and said, yeah, it's going to be you, I was like, wow, oh my gosh, this really happened. I got the part. And then came the thought, oh no, this is such a responsibility.
Some Hollywood
now.
Stars writing to you, congratulations, you have such a great role, or nothing like that?
Actors I know in Poland have written to me saying big thanks for the role and giving me really big support and really nice comments. And that for me was something very touching, it was very nice that people that I haven't met yet, I haven't worked with, wrote to me and said, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for Zawieja. Yeah.
How long you shoot that series? This is our original series, the first original series of HBO Max, the local content. And Warner Media give the huge budget probably for that production. Do you feel that difference? This is a real international production work and everything.
Well, definitely the quality here was very important. So there had to be a certain, sorry, my son's leaving for school. Bye-bye. Definitely
nice.
There was a big budget. I don't know how much. I really probably shouldn't get into the details of it, but there was a budget that we had to for this in order for this to have good quality. That was very important. So you can't rush doing these scenes.
Yeah.
You can't constantly, watch how many hours you've been on set, because it's about really being there and having the time to do something that has a good quality. The shooting was difficult because, the pandemic hit, and so we had a break.
Yeah.
So we shot for about 2 months, where I was on the set practically, every day. I'm almost in every scene. It was very difficult because I had to, for the first time, leave my kids for such a long time, and I was not able to actually see them because the work was so intense. And it was also important to really concentrate on the role. So I missed them a lot, and this isolation also really helped in building the emotions of the characters. So that was a good part. I couldn't have shot it in Warsaw, coming back home after night shoots, or coming back home after intensive days, because then you come back home.
Warsaw, this is Szczecin, so.
Yeah, this is Szczecin. So it was a trip where I said goodbye, and I'm leaving to concentrate on my work. If I would be at home after shooting, coming back home, all 3 kids rushing, mom, and, they don't care that I'm an actress, I'm a mom. So they have their needs. They want to, be with me. And so this isolation was good. And then the pandemic hit, and we had a break for half a year. And that was also something very strange, because I had to keep the character in mind. I had to physically stay the same, have the same hair, really keep Xavier somewhere, put in a drawer here. So in order, when I come back after half a year, I go on set, and they're like, okay, so remember the scene you played half a year ago. So now we're doing the scene, the continuity of the scene. Okay, action, go. And I'm like, oh God. This is really difficult to kind of go into a role after half a year of a break and really do scenes in and out, just like they were written. Yeah. So, and then the post-production, and then a lot of things happen. And so a long time of preparing this series.
You reshooting?
We did some reshoots. The pandemic actually gave us a time to verify things we've done, because it's a criminal story, and because we really wanted to be precise. It was shot scene by scene in chronological order. So we did all the scenes. We didn't shoot like a scene from the 6th episode and then a scene from the first one. We really did it in an order, and that helped me to slowly build up the character, consequently on how she slowly falls apart, and we see how all these layers she put on kind of strip off. So yeah, long time, and when we finally hit the premiere, the day of the premiere, I was like, I can't believe we made it. It was a lot of things just happened around the series.
You really like that character, so maybe someday we can see the 2nd season, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe, who knows? Who knows?
You can tell, I know that.
I can't say much about the 2nd season, but there is definitely a positive feedback. So there have been questions about whether we want to do a 2nd season. So I think that there's, everything's possible. And the 1st season definitely leaves kind of this open, closed ending where you really don't know what decisions the character will make.
And open your door to international career, maybe in Hollywood, who knows?
You know how it is with Hollywood. It's difficult. And I find that actors from Europe, especially from Poland, don't usually have the easiest way to go in Hollywood because of the language, because of the accent, because of all the stuff that
you have beautiful accent and great the language skills. So
well, for me, I haven't used the language for some time, but I was raised in the States. You probably read somewhere, but I lived in Seattle, Washington, and I have my friends and family still in Seattle. So I've lived there for about 10 years, and I finished Kentridge High School in Kent, and just have this past, in the States.
So you studied in the US?
But I studied acting in Poland.
Okay.
And I went to the film school in Łódź, which Wajda and Polański finished, and I really wanted to go back to Europe
is your
and to study.
Too, so.
Wajda is, yes, he's not, he's my husband's I don't know how he's not his grandfather. He's the brother of my husband's grandfather. So it's kind of maybe confusing.
Yes, correct.
But that's where I have my last
I'm doing
name
research,
from.
so I know everything about it.
Okay. All right. So yes, and I do miss the States. It'd be very, very interesting to go back and to visit my family in Seattle and just kind of show my kids the States and definitely try something in acting, in the States. But it's not, it's not like a set goal I have. Oh, it has to happen. It has to happen. No, nothing has to happen. It just I have my way in this career. I have my way my path that I have chosen solely in acting. And I just hope that I will consequently just continue going on this path.
Yes, in the series, you are a policewoman and you are investigation. This is the murders. This is the crime story. And you have some police training, maybe physicals. You are run, you are jump and doing every that.
I really wanted to prepare for this role, yes, with somebody from the police, just to know, really feel what they do every day. I really wanted to learn how to shoot a gun and know how to reload a gun. It was all very important for me out of respect for, police officers and the audience. I didn't want to pretend that, hey, I know how to shoot a gun, but I've never held a gun before. So I did go around training a little bit and spending time with the cop I've become good friends with. And he's just showed me, everyday life and job, what he does when he goes out on the field and the procedures they have to follow and all the paperwork they have to do. There's so much paperwork they have to do. We even kind of touched that subject in the series where I'm like, Trepa, would you fill out the papers for me? Fill out the papers. Oh, can you fill out the papers? And he's like, okay, this is great. So yes, this was a part I wanted to do. With the running, of course, I'm kind of a stubborn person, so I really wanted to do it all by myself. So I said, no stunt double. I can run, I can jump the fence, I can do the fighting. I really want to do it. I want to do it. And they're like, okay, fine, just try it. And so really 99% of what you see in the series is me doing all those runnings. And even though I had a problem with my back and with my leg at some point, and I couldn't run, and we had to reshoot some of the scenes. And I can tell where it hurts me when I'm running. I'm like, oh, this was where the concussion happened, and I can tell that the running is a little
You
off.
can watch these scenes. This is too painful for you. Yes.
No, I was like, oh, this scene was a hardcore scene because it hurts so bad. But we did it, and I'm really happy about that. That I had a chance to experience that. I think I need to. I thought I was in good shape, but then when I did the 8th or 10th, scene over and over again, when he had to do another take and another take and another take, that fence kept being, higher and higher and taller and taller. And by the 10th time, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. But of course I had to, I had a strong face. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Yeah.
I couple of weeks ago talked with the HBO MAX CEO, Mr. Jonathan, and she told me the local content is very important to HBO MAX. Do you feel that Poland can be the home to the best crime stories now? We can devolve the Nordic countries, especially Sweden. You think that?
Yeah. Well, after this series, a lot of people said, wow,
believe that. So
yeah, the way that this series was filmed really was on purpose filmed in a way so this city, Szczecin, could be really a city in a lot of the countries in Europe. So it's not, we didn't want it to be the Xavere.
This is so great. We don't see the Warsaw, we see the new
we
city.
something new.
Yes,
We see a new city, we
so
see
great.
something new. Even for people in Poland, it's like, wow, Szczecin is like a discovery for us. This is Szczecin, really, and we just wanted to film this in a way so it's universal and appealing to all audiences around the world. So you don't see, oh, this is Poland, but you see a criminal story that is set in a world that we've created that could be, in Norway or in Sweden, or it could be somewhere maybe in Germany, it could be, somewhere else in Europe, but not necessarily, oh, this is Poland. And that was one of the key, I think, ideas for the way that this was filmed. And I think the pictures, the shooting was amazing. Tomek Nomniuk did such an amazing job, and the whole climate really sets in. Even people that watched it in Texas, a producer I heard said, wow, sitting in the hot, Texas, really, I watched this, I could feel the gloominess and the coldness of this series.
The many people around the world want to learn to new culture and to watch the new series to the many different countries. So this is the big chance to show us Polish cinema.
Of course, yeah. I think I'm happy about that. We had this chance to go out in the world and kind of show what we do, and I hope that this continues with other things that are done in Poland. Films are beginning
and
to
61
hit.
countries. It's not enough. HBO Max launched the new market soon to Turkey and the rest of the Eastern Europe, Asia too, 2023.
I don't know. I don't know, but
the Middle East,
there's
this is OSN, Canada, Australia, and probably finally UK, Germany, Italy, and France. We hope so.
It'd be nice. We hope so. It'd be nice, especially since the UK, Jonathan had a lot of, he was part of the production, part of the decision process. And it's kind of funny. It's a paradox that they don't have the series over in the UK, but they were part of creating, the creative process and the decisions that were made while filming. So I hope that the series
finally comes out
in the UK. Yes, that they finally see what they were working on.
International streaming war. So
yeah.
Come on.
Yes. Well, it might happen. We just have to wait for it.
Peacemaker comes out probably the month ago. So we have the good way to comes out in UK, probably even soon.
Yes.
The many series now have 6, maximum 8 episodes. This is a new trend. This is the cinematic experience. That's the point.
Well, there was 12 episodes.
The series have 22.
Yeah.
13, and now we have the shorts, the 6 television hours. But that story have the more that cinematic experience. You think that?
Maybe it is so because when you have 12 episodes or 14 or 22, it's kind of like a series.
Boring maybe for the audience.
It's a series that is longer. The story is longer. It drags longer. It's a thing you go back to and you can watch for many weeks and months. And here it's really this intense, shorter story. Same with True Detective, but I think they had 8 episodes. Or Mayor of Easttown, which everybody talks about regarding The Thaw too, because it's a story that has so many similarities about it. Zawieja and Mayor. There's been so many comparisons in Poland to Mayor of Easttown, and even outside of Poland in reviews in the US that have written about The Thaw. Which is, of course, very nice to stand by Kate Winslet and be talked about, and compared, because she's one of my favorite actresses, and I really loved the series, Mayor of Easttown. But it was really funny because the series we started the thaw before Mayor of Easttown, and because we had so many problems and with a lot of technical things and some things in the script, and also just because of the pandemic, suddenly Mayor of Easttown comes out, and I watched the series and I called the directors like, "Did you see Mayor of Easttown? This is impossible." And he was like, "No, don't even tell me. Don't even tell me." And then I was like, oh, people are gonna, get the wrong idea that we maybe stole the, ideas from Mayor of Easttown. But luckily we just go in different directions, and there's so many other things to Mayor that are, way different from the thaw. But the fact is there's two strong, traumatized main characters, cops, women, and that have this grieving that they carry on and that they have to really handle and go through, but they don't want to. And so that's, I think for when I read, interviews with Kate, it was interesting for her, the complexity of the character and how different she was from things she's done. And it was the same for me, that it was just so interesting to really get into this character. But yes, I think 6 episodes is enough for this kind of story because it's so intense, and because we really want to have this, like you said, this cinematic experience where you're watching a movie that is just, longer, but you really have the quality and the story that draws you in, and you just kind of give this big chunk of work to the audience that they can then, digest and think about. And it's a quality and a trend that started, and there's definitely a good reason for that.
Do you think the Polish cinema give us the new categories like the action movie, like sci-fi, something new? We have many the comedy, we have many historical stories, the crime stories, the love stories, but you think that's changed when we have the Disney Plus, HBO Max, Netflix, Amazon Prime Video? What do you think?
Well, I think it's a definitely, it gives the ability it gives the chance to create more things. It gives many possibilities now to do in Poland, different films, do action films, which we've never really done. It's not our big thing, action films, although there are directors that do specialize in that in Poland, like Patryk Wega. He's probably like our action, criminal, kick-ass story director, and he's really good at that. That's his thing, and he does it perfectly, and he just has the key to doing things like that in Poland.
So popular international too.
Yes, it's popular internationally. People like his films. People watch those films. Those films touch very difficult subjects many times, subjects we don't want to talk about or we don't want to, look at. So he's definitely one of those directors that does the action films in Poland, and he has it. Whether somebody else will jump into that level, I don't know. We do have a lot of comedies that are quite popular, and we do have a lot of dramas. I think there's just so many dramas and touching stories and stories regarding our history, and that we will, I think, always have. It's just something we carry through our experiences as a country, First War, Second War. I think there's just never endless stories you can show. And I would really want those stories to go out into the world so that we make very good quality, historical films and films about us that appeal to the audience outside, just like The Thaw did. So they're filmed in an international way that everybody can understand. That would be great.
Yes, I want to return to the one things. I talked with Matthias Varela. You see that interview, the shorts?
I saw part of the interview. Yes.
And this is the first American to HBO MAX Original, The Raised by Wolves. Of course, he played in the Narcos, and he told me he played many times to the Swedish criminals, and that's so popular international. And he got a job in Hollywood later. So do you want that same?
Do I want that same path as he had? why not? I don't know. It's just, I think that what you're trying to say is that often for actors from Europe, playing in European cinema or in Swedish criminal stories does open the gates in Hollywood. For some reason, those types of films do have a big popularity in the States because of their, I think, climate and the mood that they have, which is kind of still exotic. It's something people like to watch. It's different from everything, in the States, the Swedish criminal stories. They appeal to the audience. So I think through those series, you can discover really big talents. And often, it's not the first time I've heard that. And we've seen in Hollywood many actors, Swedish actors that have made careers there, that it's a way for them. I don't know if it's a way for me. I don't know if it'll be the same. I have no idea. I guess the series would have to be very popular in the States, and some directors and producers would have to watch it and decide, hey, let's give this girl a chance and do something, give her a role in a film, which would be a big surprise. And of course, I would take it on. It'd be a big challenge, and I guess one of the dreams
for you.
Thank you. Thank you. It would be nice, but I love, European cinema. So if I would get a chance to do something in Spain or, in France or even in Sweden, I'm in for that.
So the finally questions, what can I wish you? That maybe be something from space, for the private life, for your job, for every single thing in your life. What can I wish you?
I guess you could wish me just to stay true to my beliefs and true to me, because it's just something I always don't want to change. I really don't want, fame to hit me and for me to suddenly be, just somebody else that I'm not. For me, my family and my children are most important to me. And I think that they shaped me truly as a human being, as a mother, as a woman. And because of this experience of being a mother and having a family, this has given me a lot of, colors that I have within that I can show and build my roles on. I think it's the everyday life experiences and that every day we carry that really feeds us and makes who we are. No film, no fame will ever really change the fact that you have to wake up and you see those faces around you. You have a family, you have to make them breakfast, hug them, give them a love. And so I think you could wish me that, to just always have that love, that family, and that
and
moral
purpose. If we have the purpose in life,
yes,
then we have so happy. Even that
yes,
very hard, this is maybe impossible.
Yes.
But maybe possible if you try it. So I wish you the health. I wish you the great international career in Poland too, of course. I wish you everything you want. Be happy, and I hope we can talk someday about the big Hollywood production, maybe
that I will
from Marvel, maybe from Warner Bros. And
somewhere out there, it's somewhere out there, there will be a moment maybe to touch it and to reach it. There's a path written for me probably already, and we'll see. So I hope we do meet and we talk about it.
And I thank you for your time. We spent such a great morning with the beautiful talent woman, the actress.
So nice. How will I such a good start of the day, to see such a smiley face and to receive so many good comments.
We are Polish. We can talk the Polish languages. We both. And maybe someday we can speak to Polish together and maybe spend time face to face. I hope so.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me, and a good day to you and to everybody who's listening, who will be listening to the interview.
I hope so, and give the like and the subscribers and everything. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you. Goodbye. Bye-bye.